Imagine coming across an old Liberty wheat penny from 1926 and not realizing that this small piece of copper could potentially turn the tables for you. If you have this coin, its story and value might surprise you. Stick around until the end of this video because I'll tell you exactly how much this coin can be worth and how you can sell it the right way to get the best return. The Liberty wheat penny from 1926 holds a fascinating place in American history. Minted during the Roaring '20s, this coin reflects a period of rapid economic growth, cultural transformation, and significant change across the United States. It carries the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat ears design on the reverse, symbolizing strength and prosperity. The year 1926 was a unique time for the United States Mint. Production took place at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark tells a different story. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not carry a mint mark, struck the highest number of coins. Denver struck a more limited mintage, while San Francisco produced even fewer, making certain 1926 pennies among the most sought after by collectors today. The 1926 penny is especially famous because of its low mintage and its survival in collectible condition. Many of these coins circulated heavily during the Great Depression years that followed, which means finding one today in high grade is incredibly rare. This scarcity has turned the 1926 wheat penny into one of the key dates in the Lincoln Cent series. For serious collectors, the wheat penny design itself had been introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse features 2 wheat ears framing the words 1 cent, a simple yet powerful representation of American agriculture and growth. By 1926, this design had already become a staple of everyday commerce and an icon of American coinage. During this era, the Lincoln Cent was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. These coins were struck with great attention to detail, and the ones that survive today in crisp, uncirculated condition display a deep reddish luster that collectors find irresistible. Over time, circulation and environmental exposure darken many of these coins, so those with their original mint color are especially valuable. What makes the 1926 wheat penny stand out is its combination of historical significance, vintage age, and the challenge of finding well-preserved examples. Circulated pieces are common, but high-grade specimens, especially from the San Francisco Mint, can command serious premiums at auction. Collectors pay close attention to strike-quality mint luster and surface preservation. Many 1926 pennies were struck with worn dies, resulting in weak details. A sharply struck example, with strong wheat lines and clear lettering, is far more desirable and can be worth thousands of dollars in top grades. 1975 Liberty 1 dime in your drawer, your old wallet, or even mixed in loose change, and learning that this small coin might turn the tables for you. If you have this coin, stay with me until the end because I'll reveal its surprising value and how you can sell it the right way to get the best possible price. The 1975 Liberty 1 dime holds a unique and fascinating place in modern coinage history. At first glance, it looks like any other dime, with President Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse and the iconic torch, olive branch, and oak branch design on the reverse, representing liberty, peace, and strength. But the story of this particular year contains one of the greatest modern numismatic mysteries. In 1975, the United States Mint prepared for the nation's bicentennial celebrations, which would take place in 1976. All quarters, half dollars, and dollars struck in 1975 were dated 1776 to 1976 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence. However, dimes struck in 1975 still bore the 1975 date, and this is where the intrigue begins. There were no special bicentennial designs made for the dime, which might make it seem ordinary at first, but this year became legendary for a different reason. Among coin collectors, the 1975 proof dimes without a mint mark are considered some of the rarest modern U.S. coins. These were struck at the San Francisco Mint, which usually placed an S mint mark on proof coins, but due to a remarkable minting error, a very small number of proof dimes were struck without the S mark. Only two confirmed examples of the 1975 no S proof dime are known to exist, making them among the most valuable dimes ever struck. These coins were struck using specially prepared dies meant for collectors not circulation, and their accidental release into the proof sets created a sensation in the numismatic community. For regular circulation strikes, the 1975 dime was produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Philadelphia issues carried no mint mark, while Denver coins displayed a small d. Billions of these were struck, making circulated examples common in everyday change. However, condition plays a major role in value. High-grade uncirculated coins with full torch details on the reverse can command strong premiums from collectors. The 1975 dime continues the Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His image replaced the Mercury dime, and the reverse was designed to symbolize the values America stood for in the post-war era. By the mid-1970s, this design was deeply embedded in American life, with dimes circulating everywhere. The no-s proof variety has made the 1975 dime famous worldwide. Collectors constantly examine proof sets from that year in hopes of finding a hidden treasure. Because the error was quickly noticed and corrected, the surviving coins are incredibly scarce, and their value has soared at auctions, sometimes reaching hundreds. Liberty Wheat Penny from 1955 in your collection or pocket change. It may look like just another old coin, but if you have the right one, it might turn the tables for you. Yes, this coin has shocked collectors for decades with its rarity and unexpected value. Stick around until the end of the video, because I'll tell you exactly how much this coin can be worth and how you can sell it the right way. The 1955 Liberty Wheat Penny is one of the most famous coins in American numismatic history, produced during the post-war boom. This penny carries the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat ears on the reverse. But what truly sets 1955 apart is not just its design, but the extraordinary error that happened during minting, which created one of the most iconic varieties ever struck by the United States Mint. In 1955 at the Philadelphia Mint, an unexpected die misalignment occurred. One die was impressed with the design slightly off from the other, causing the inscriptions to appear doubled. This error went unnoticed initially, and tens of thousands of these pennies were released into circulation mixed with regular coins. The result was the famous 1955 double die wheat penny, easily recognized by the dramatic doubling on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," as well as the date itself. People who first discovered this coin were stunned. Unlike most minor errors that require magnification to see, this doubling can be observed with the naked eye. Collectors quickly realized that something special had been released, and a rush began as individuals tried to find this penny in their change. It became a sensation across the country, appearing in newspapers and coin magazines, drawing national attention. This coin's popularity is not just about its striking appearance. It also represents a unique moment in the history of the United States Mint when quality control slipped during a time of high demand. The 1950s were a period of rapid production, and catching errors before circulation was difficult. This created a perfect storm for one of the most beloved error coins in history. The regular 1955 wheat pennies are valuable in high grades, but the double die version is in a league of its own. Even worn examples can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Uncirculated versions with sharp details can fetch tens of thousands at auction, depending on their condition and certification. The wheat penny design itself is symbolic. Introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the wheat reverse was used until 1958. By 1955, it had become a familiar and nostalgic image for millions of Americans. The coin connects collectors to the early to mid-20th century, a period filled with change, growth, and unforgettable history. For those who understand numismatics, the 1955 double die penny is not just an error coin. It is a cornerstone. It has inspired countless collectors to enter the hobby, and even today, it remains Liberty Wheat Penny in your collection or lying around unnoticed. This might just be the moment that turns the tables for you. This coin carries a fascinating story and some hidden value that might surprise you. Stick around until the end to learn its potential price and how you can sell it the right way. The 1945 Liberty Wheat Penny was minted during a pivotal moment in world history. As World War II was coming to an end, the United States Mint continued to produce the beloved Lincoln Wheat Penny. These coins were struck in 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint coins have no mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco carry the D or S mark just below the date. This small 5 penny reflects the wartime era when metal usage was carefully managed. Unlike the steel cents of 1943, the 1945 pennies returned to the traditional bronze composition, giving them their familiar reddish-brown tone. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, and on the reverse, the famous wheat ears framing 1 cent, which collectors around the world have come to love. Although millions of these coins were minted, not all 1945 pennies are the same in value. The true worth of a coin depends on its condition, mint mark, and the presence of any errors or unique striking characteristics. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1945 penny with sharp details and original luster can command a significantly higher price than a worn example that has been in circulation for decades. Collectors and sought after because they transform an ordinary penny into a collectible piece with a much higher market value. A clear, well-defined error combined with a high-grade condition can make a major difference in how much a collector is willing to pay. The grading of the coin also plays a crucial role. A 1945 Liberty wheat penny in circulated condition may have modest value, but when professionally graded by trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC and found to be in mint state, its price can increase dramatically. Coins with minimal wear, no damage, and full original details are the ones collectors compete for, especially if they come from the Denver or San Francisco mints in top condition. Historically, the 1945 penny marks a significant moment because it represents the last full year of World War II. These coins were part of everyday life for Americans during a time of 1968 sitting in your drawer, something you might think is just ordinary change. But what if I told you that this coin could actually change your fortune? The Liberty 5-cent coin from 1968 has a history, a story, and a market value that might surprise you. If you have one, it might just turn the tables for you. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal how much it's worth according to eBay, other online platforms, and even auction houses. Plus, I'll guide you on how you can sell it. And at the very end, I'll tell you exactly how you can find its true price and the selling procedure. So stick around. The Liberty nickel, more commonly known as the Jefferson nickel by 1968, carried forward a legacy that started back in 1938 when it replaced the Buffalo nickel, designed by Felix Schlag. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. On the reverse is Jefferson's home, Monticello, an architectural masterpiece that remains one of America's most iconic symbols. 1968, the United States Mint was undergoing changes. The Coinage Act of 1965 had eliminated silver from dimes and quarters, and nickels continued to be struck from their long-standing alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. That makes the 1968 nickel not just a coin, but a snapshot of American economic policy during a turbulent period. What makes the 1968 issue particularly interesting is that it was one of the first years when the San Francisco Mint began striking proof nickels again after a brief hiatus. So, you'll find not only the regular circulation strikes from Philadelphia and Denver but also proof coins from San Francisco. Each variety carries a different level of collectability and value. The Philadelphia Mint coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins carry a D mint mark, and San Francisco issues carry an S mint mark. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially attractive to collectors because of their mirror-like finish and low mintages compared to circulation coins. As everyday money, the 1968 Liberty 5-cent coin passed through countless hands during an era marked by the Vietnam War, civil rights movements, and cultural shifts across America. That's why holding one today feels like holding a piece of American history frozen in time. Now when it comes to value, condition and mint mark make all the difference. A heavily circulated 1968 nickel might only be worth its face value or slightly more on eBay and similar platforms. These sell for around 25 cents to $1 in average condition, but coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can fetch significantly higher amounts. For example, a 1968 D nickel in brilliant uncirculated condition can bring anywhere from $10 to $30, depending on its grade. A 1968 S-proof nickel, especially in deep cameo condition, can sell for $50 or more. In rare cases, coins with exceptional. Imagine holding a small copper coin from 1949 in your hand. something that has been passed through countless pockets, purses, and tills for decades, and yet today could be worth far more than its face value. That's the hidden magic of the Liberty Wheat Penny from 1949. If you happen to own this coin, it might just turn the tables for you. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal its value according to eBay, online platforms, and auctions, along with how you can sell it. At the end, I'll give you a way to know its exact price and the selling procedure. So stick around. The 1949 Wheat Penny is a continuation of the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. This series ran until 1958, and during that time it became one of the most beloved and collected designs in American history. The obverse of the 1949 penny features the portrait of Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse proudly carries the wheat ears, symbolic of American prosperity and hard work. 1949. The United States was experiencing significant changes. World War II had ended only a few years earlier, and the country was entering a period of economic growth and transition. Pennies minted during this time circulated widely in a nation that was redefining itself in the post-war era. Each 1949 wheat penny is a small artifact of that moment in history, linking us to an America full of both challenges and opportunities. There were three main versions of the 1949 wheat penny: those minted in Philadelphia with no mint mark, those minted in Denver with a D mint mark, and those minted in San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each variety has its own mintage numbers and collector interest. Philadelphia produced the largest quantity, while the San Francisco issues are scarcer and often more sought after. The metal composition of the 1949 wheat penny remained 95% copper with a small balance of tin and zinc. These copper coins not only carried monetary value but also became part of everyday American life. They passed through hands at diners, gas stations, schools, and shops, often unnoticed in their day-to-day role. Today, the story is different. Collectors and sellers look at these coins with a sharp eye, focusing on details such as mint marks, condition, and even errors. For example, 1949 pennies with strong mint luster, sharp details, or doubling errors are far more valuable than ordinary worn pieces. On eBay and other online platforms, a circulated 1949 penny might sell for as little as a few cents above its face value, especially in average condition. However, higher-grade coins begin to command stronger prices. Uncirculated examples often fetch between $5 and $20 depending on quality, and certified mint state coins can bring $50 to $100 or more. Some error coins or particularly rare examples have gone for even higher prices at auctions. Auction houses also highlight the potential of these coins